Welcome to our LGBT barbecue on a night when it is not raining, but it is raining mayors. Please welcome the mayor of the city of New York, Mike Bloomberg.
I'm beautiful in my way, 'cause I make no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby. I was born this way. Don't I still believe it?
Well, thank you. I did ask them for a great song that I could sort of come out to, but I think they misunderstood what I meant. Well, good evening. It is great to be here at Gracie and to have all of you here for the 12th annual Pride reception and to celebrate two great victories. Yeah, it was not easy convincing the Supreme Court to wait till today to do it so that I could be here. DOMA is now dead, and Proposition 8 has met its fate. Seriously, as our administration has long argued, there's just no basis in our Constitution or in our civic values to exclude one group of citizens from the full protection of the law. And fortunately, the Supreme Court affirmed that today. And this is such an incredible victory for millions of families across New York and across the country. And there are so many heroes who made it possible, and that includes the men and women who built families even though they were denied the full legal protections that other families enjoyed. And it includes Ted Olson and my friend David Boyce, one a Republican, the other Democrat, whose partnership to defend the rights of same-sex couples shows that this issue has no party. And it includes Council Speaker Christine Quinn, who right now is celebrating these victories at a rally at the Stonewall Inn. And I will say, she called me today to express her apologies. She couldn't be both places. I said, Chris, I'll come here, you go there, and we'll cover the city. Speaker Quinn, as you know, joined our administration to file an amicus brief supporting our fellow New Yorker Edie Windsor's challenge to DOMA. And of course, among the heroes who made this victory possible are Edie Windsor and her lawyer, Roberta Kaplan, both of whom will be forever remembered as civil rights icons. And Edie's determination and quiet strength really did strike a blow against the injustice that has made our nation fairer and freer. And the High Court's ruling in her case and on Proposition 8 brings us another step forward in the long march of freedom, a journey we must never stop traveling. Now, so many of you have remained on the front lines of that march, and our administration is proud to have stood with you for the last 12 years. Even before marriage equality came to New York State, the city recognized same-sex unions from other states and couples, providing many city benefits to same-sex couples. And we helped lead the charge both in Albany and around the nation for a full equality for same-sex couples. And you step back and just look at how much we've accomplished since we met under this tent nearly 12 years ago. New York, 11 other states, and the District of Columbia have all passed marriage equality bills. And that includes 3 states, Maine, Maryland, and Washington, whose citizens affirmed the right of same-sex couples to marry at the ballot box last fall. And it also includes 3 other states, Rhode Island, Delaware, and Minnesota, whose legislatures passed marriage equality bills just this past May. And with the Supreme Court's ruling today, California will soon join our ranks in granting full rights to same-sex couples. Let me just give you a little lesson in civics. You got to decide which are the issues that you care about. Nobody who's in office is ever going to support you on every single thing, and if you're going to find a perfect person, Ed Koch once said, if you agree with him on 90%, you're very smart. If you agree with him on 100% of the things, you need a psychiatrist. Well, I've decided there's certain things in my life that I think are important. Gay marriage, marriage equality, however you want to phrase it. It's just not the government's business to tell you who you can love, who you can live with, who you marry. Just not. Guns. Guns are going to kill 12,000 Americans this year. 19,000 Americans are going to commit suicide with guns. That's another thing to me. And immigration. If we don't do something about immigration, we're not going to have a country. And I've said to elected officials, I'm going to run ads against you if you don't support these things. But if you do, even if I disagree with you on every other thing, I'm going to support you. And you have to do that because the opponents are doing that as well. They're saying it's one issue and you vote with them or they work against you. And I will say I was a little bit disappointed when New York State, I got 4 Republicans to vote for same-sex marriage, and that did not get the support afterwards that I had hoped. We've just got to pull together, and if you really care about this issue around this country, when they vote the way you want, even if you don't agree with them on anything else, if this is your number one issue, then call them up and say, I'm going to be there with you, because the opponent is doing exactly the opposite. We are proud of the marriage equality in New York, making it a reality, and I helped celebrate that victory for New York families by offering a marriage ceremony here at Gracie so that the world could see that New York will continue to lead the struggle for equality. I'm happy to report that that marriage is between 2 of my commissioners, and as of today, last time I checked, they were still married. If those of you that are married, no matter to whom, it ain't easy. But the process, seriously, the progress we made over the last 12 years goes beyond marriage equality, of course. Our administration has worked with the City Council to extend protections of the human rights law to include transgender New Yorkers. And just this month, we launched a citywide campaign called Be the Reason that aims to recruit LGBT foster parents and affirming foster parents for LGBTQ young people. And we are continuing to expand the Respect for All anti-bullying program in our public schools to affirm young LGBTQ New Yorkers. And tonight we're proud to be joined by the Clementi family, Jane, Joe, James, and Bryant, who are really doing such great work to combat bullying with the Tyler Clementi Foundation. I can just tell you to the Clementi family, our thoughts and our prayers are with you, and we will not let the memory of Tyler go without at least getting some benefit of making sure we protect others. The struggle is far from over. As we celebrate today's victories, I think we all still recognize we will have to travel a ways on the road to full equality and acceptance for LGBT Americans. But I do want to reiterate something with regard to the violent anti-gay attacks that we've had recently. Everybody should understand, and our police commissioner is leading the drive, Ray Kelly, we have absolutely no tolerance for hate crimes in this city, none. And anyone who thinks they can get away with these shameful, gutless assaults is sadly mistaken. Let me tell you, Ray Kelly is on the case, and we're going to go after you. Period. End of story. Before we close tonight's program, I want to thank some of the people who made tonight's program possible. And if you like it, remember to buy their products, drink their alcohol or whatever, eat their cookies. That's why they do it. First of all, our special guests, we had several cast members from the Broadway hit Rock of Ages with us tonight. They performed in a big charity event with me back in March, and this is how I bribed them. And we're also happy to have Adam Goldman and the entire cast of the groundbreaking Made in New York web series, The Outs. A particular thanks goes to a bank that has been with us on so many things, and if you're looking for a bank, I've always just thought you should support those who support you. So a big round of applause for TD Bank. This is the second year in a row they've supported this, and they've got branches every place. If you can't find a TD Bank branch, I don't know, open your eyes. And thank you as well to Manhattan Beer Distributors, tsalon.com, and Lilac Chocolates for donating tonight's treats and refreshments. And a big hand to our DJ, Whitney Day. She's been great. Speaking of which, I asked Whitney to help me close my remarks on this great day in America with one of my favorite patriotic songs. Hit it. Go on.